Hey YouTube, this is Prometheus, guys, giving you more of the meta. So guys, I want to go ahead and talk about why your defense sucks and one minor adjustment you could do to be much better on defense and be a lot better and harder to read on defense. I'm going to go ahead and show you some gameplay against a guy I played online recently. His defense was terrible, and the reason his defense was terrible is because I could read it pre-snap to give me an idea on how I wanted to attack the defense, opposed to him disguising his defense. And I just want to kind of cover this information with you and give you some ideas about this. Now, these are kind of breakdowns that I actually show from my Patreon people. I do like gameplays of the schemes and stuff like this, and this is actually basically a scheme that I built out of the spread playbook, and its doubles is my primary formation. I like doubles, and the reason why is it gives me a better understanding on how to read the defenses and gives me like a competitive advantage because the doubles formation being spread out like this will give me easy keys to kind of determine what type of coverage my opponents be using or what type of defense they're setting up. So anytime I see these double A gaps, unless he's pulling his guy down or pulling a guy down into the C gap, I'm going to go ahead and hit this with an inside zone, because what's going to happen in inside zone, each one of these defenders are going to get blocked up, and unless he's pulling down his person down into the gap to actually be that seventh defender, it's an easy run with inside zone. So if you ever see people using double A gap blitzes, and they're not pulling another defender down into the middle of the field, you just hit them with the inside zone. Now, I want you to take a look at these defenders. Okay, so we've got a 2-high shell right here, 2-high shell right here, and this guy's shaded slightly inside. This guy's shaded slightly inside. This guy's shaded slightly inside. When I see that type of coverage, I'm seeing basically a cover 2 man type coverage. So what this means when I see cover 2, it means that I can attack my opponent with outside leverage, because these defenders play on the inside, meaning if I do a drag or a post or any kind of route that goes to the inside, they're going to play inside leverage and make that pass a little bit harder to do. So there's a couple different things you can do with this. I like an angle smash concept, and what I do is I'm going to go ahead and target the out, but I also want to try to see if I can pull this wide receiver out here and preoccupy the safety, so I can actually cut this up and maybe pick up a first down off of a little 5-yard out route. So this is just a quick snap play I'll jump into. You can see I've got leverage. I threw the ball. The other defender was out of the area. Like you can see, I picked up 15 yards on a quick little out like that against the cover 2 man. So now I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the defense, and when I'm looking at defense, I'm actually looking for who's over the slot defender. If the guy is basically lined up, that typically means it's some type of man coverage. But if he's shaded off to the left or off to the right of the blocking icon, that means it's usually some type of a zone coverage. Now this defense, I've got this guy that's off, I've got this guy right here, and I've got this guy pressed down. Now this is actually kind of a unique defense that not a lot of people use, but it was actually cover 3 cloud, where these guys are coming up. This guy's playing a cloud flat. These guys are dropping back into zones, and he's playing a flat or soft squat over here, or basically a cloud flat over here. So not a very common defense. I think I didn't feel comfortable with it, so I just tried to do, I think I just decided to go ahead and do a run. I switched into another running play right here, where basically I've got 4 guys basically trying to block these 3 defenders, and my job is to try to find the hole and get past here. What happens is this defender actually comes in and fills the gap and actually does a really good run fit right there on that type of situation. So it actually worked out pretty well for him to actually get a fit right there. I picked up a single yard on that, but it was cover 3 cloud on that assignment. So right here, once again, it goes right back to this. It's a 2nd and long type of situation, but since he's not pulling a guy down to the gap, I'm just going to hit him with an inside zone, knowing that I'm going to get dominant blocks and I'll be able to pick up an easy first down off that. So right here, basically he's got a guy that's shaded on the inside. He's got another guy. He's got this guy's off coverage. He's got another defender over here. So when I see this type of stuff, basically it's telling me this is going to be a cover 3 coverage, and it's either going to be a hard coverage or it's going to be a soft coverage. Now, historically, if the guy's on the outside and I've got a 3-high shell, that means it's going to be a cloud coverage where these defenders are going to fall back. But if they're shaded on the inside of my slot defender, that means they're going to play a hard flat or cover 3 hard flat. So that's how you can go about attacking it. I think what I did is I just see if I can hit this guy with a run. No, I actually hit him with Archer's concept. So basically this concept is I've got basically an out route. I've got this corner route that I probably could have hit, but I also have got the most easy progression. So I've got this angle route and then this drag route. And really what I look to is I actually look to this underneath route first, and I kind of come to this route on the backside because this corner route takes a little bit more time to develop. And if there's any kind of pressure, I'm not going to be able to do that. You could see the corner route was open. I could have went to that. I just didn't read it correctly. But I also had, because of the concepts, I had this angle route on the backside, and this is where I actually go with the ball. You'll see me go ahead and hit that and pick up a second and inches, this type of situation. So that's just kind of reading the coverages and seeing what my opponent has. Now, these guys are kind of shaded off to the outside. So when I see this too high safety look, I'm thinking this is cover 2. And what I basically did is just hit this guy with a draw play. His guys come down. I just get a bad animation right there. And it actually is a cover 6. It looked like a cover 2. He shows me the same look once again. So what I jump into is just a RPO orbit. And I like to keep these RPO plays for the red zone type situation, because then the opponent's not going to be prepared for what's going to happen. And all I do is I just read this guy right here. And if this guy carries over to play that guy, then I'm going to run the ball. But if he sticks right here, I'll go ahead and populate. I'll just go ahead and pop that guy right there. So that's usually where I'm going to go with it on that orbit play. But I like to keep these in my scheme in case I need to get a touchdown or a first down type situation, and I haven't shown it to him. So now let's take a look at the coverage. Okay, so we got this guy shaded in the inside. We got this guy shaded in the outside. Got this guy shaded in the outside, and then we got 2 high safeties. When you see this, basically you're thinking it's going to be like kind of a cover 2 type situation. It could be some type of a cover 9. Or cover 6, show 2. But for the most part, these defenses are fairly easy to attack. I think what I did is I jumped into angle smash and streaked up my guy right here with the hope that I can hit that. There is matching principles going on, so this is like a cover 9, show 2. And I dropped it down to the running back underneath because it's matching principles. I'm able to go and get myself a first down. So you know that you have to go into it is that if an opponent chooses to go ahead and run a certain coverage against you, you got to have multiple options. Now he actually rotates his coverage. He's got a 3 high shell. And I think this is when he started using match cover 3 against me. So one of the easiest concepts I can use is that if he's using some type of coverage where it's like hard flats or floating zones, I can use a sail concept on this side for any kind of floating zones, and I'll try to hit this corner right here. But I've also got this streak comeback route that I can hit against my opponent if it's match. Then that's what happens with this guy. I'm just keying in on this defender. I'm watching. If he flips his back, I know I can hit this comeback route area real easy, because that defender in that deep blue is going to essentially not be in position. He has to go ahead and defend the over top coverage, so that comeback route is available to me. So you can see it's in a situation where it's a 2-minute drive right here, and he's giving me cover 3 type looks. He's doing match coverage, but I can actually just jump into different types of passing concepts to throw him off guard. So right here, I go ahead and jump into this. This is where I make a bad read. I think he goes into coverage right here, but I'm looking to this out. This has got he's got leverage. This defender actually has to play deep third, so I'm going to go ahead and try to hit this. My read on this coverage is to see if this gets supported. So if this guy shoots out, I have to make my next progression on that. I think this play was pretty much locked up. I didn't wait for any kind of a deep pass on the backside. You can see how this guy's actually shooting out. So now I'm going on to my next progression. I started to look underneath right here by the tight end, but the defenders are actually coming down and waiting for the tight end. And I checked right here with the running back, and I had some pressure going in, but I actually go ahead and check it back to the wide receiver, to the tight end on the backside. No huddle, chewing the clock down. And he's still playing this cover 3 match. So basically what I'm going to do is I've got basically the in route. I've got this sail concepts is going. I've got this guy straightening up, and I'm just going to check it down to the running back underneath because the guys are floating up. So this guy was doing match with also with floating coverages. So he jumped in. See right here. So he had cover 3 match, and then he actually jumped into cover 3 sky. So he's trying to use that cover 3 type of scheme to confuse me, but he's actually because I knew that it was a cover 3, I knew it could have been a couple different variables. Now here's a big tell that I see. Look how these safeties are kind of like unaligned. This guy's over here, over here, over here. When I see safeties that are like in different positions, in weird positions, that means the pressure's coming. I'm going to hit with an aggressive blitz. So if I know it's going to be some type of aggressive blitz, what I can do is I can do some crossing routes over the middle of the field, and actually just go ahead and hit the mesh concept with the crossing routes over the middle of the field. So you can see he's coming in. This guy's blitzing. This guy's blitzing. He's sending basically 6 people. He clicked onto his lineman. And I'm just going to go and hit them right over the middle of the field with that. Anytime you see the safeties that are misaligned, they're not actually in their normal spot, they're not a 3-high shell or 2-high shell or a 4-high shell, you can tell that it's a man coverage. And this is one of those things that if you are not base aligning your coverage and you're just keeping things stock where it's just automatically going ahead and putting your guys out there, you're giving your opponent a tell on what type of coverage you're running right here. So once again, let's take a look at this. We've got a 3-high shell. This guy's slightly slated out. These guys are 3-high. I'm thinking this is cover 3. It's going to be some type of cover 3 that he's using. So let's see what the adjustment I do. I go ahead and choose to use this play. And I think that what happens is I got myself into the wrong play and started making the wrong adjustments, and I just go ahead and I just went back into the original play, which essentially is a draw play, and I'm able to go ahead and pick up some pretty easy yards. That's another good play to go ahead and use. If you got a guy who runs a lot of zone coverages, cover 3s, cover 4s, cover 2s, draw plays are very effective. It will get you some easy yards, especially against those guys that run a lot of cover 3. So you can see right here, this is basically a cub look. And right now, I'm going to be looking for this out. This is going to be my read. I'm going to watch for any kind of support that goes out to that out. And I'll take that out if nobody goes out there. So you can see this guy's shooting out there. I'm going to go ahead and make my next progression. And I typically don't throw this little seam route. This is actually, that would be the fast and easy read to do. I've got basically the little crosser route on the back side. I don't really like any of the reads, so I just go ahead and take off my quarterback, which I'm not a runner first. I'm not a run first quarterback person, but if things are locked up, then you just want to do that. And you could see that basically this was his coverage was man coverage. Here's another thing too. Look at the run lanes right here. This is inside zone, so these guys are going to block down. They're going to block up. I'm going to quick snap the inside zone if the safety is uncovered, and just try to go ahead and run the ball up. You can see I got myself a nice little run right there, fall forward for a first down. So if he's going to give me, that inside zone type stuff, I'm going to go ahead and take it. Now he goes back to cover 3 again. And I think what I did is I did, once again, same concept, just a streak, a comeback route. And I'm watching this guy. If this guy comes down and chucks, he's still going to be out of position for the deep comeback route. If he carries, the comeback route is going to be available. So unless this guy just shoots out to the comeback route, I'm not going to throw that. If he does shoot out to the comeback route, I can hit this streak. That's going to be with my passing lane. So just a very simple concept against cover 3. You can see he gets chucked. He can't get out to that deep comeback route. And I'm able to pick up a good 15-yard gainer. Now, take a look at the defense again. Look what's going on. These guys are in weird positions. They're out of position. This is screaming some type of a man blitz because he's not base aligning his defense. He's not basically trying to do anything. So I'm going to use the same passing concept as previously. And for some reason, there is a switch right here with this guy right here. I'm going to go. I've got leverage with my tight end. I'm able to go and get an easy completion right there. Not a touchdown, but you could see it was a cover 1 storm, and he does this. Now he goes back to this double A gap blitz. I'm going to go ahead and just run the ball. Got some good leverage right there. Picked up a first down. First and goal. And I'm like an autopilot against this guy because he's really not disguising his coverages. So guys are shaded on the inside. Now he switches his defense. This shows me it's man coverage. He's got a guy slid over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and run this particular play, which is the RPO sail. Now the reason I run this particular play is that it's just a simple slant and flat concept. A lot of times this guy's going to carry and get out of the position, and this guy's got a run fit responsibility if he does, and he's going to have to come down and play the run, and that's going to give me positioning with this little slant route. So that's why I like to use this play down in the red zone. It's more or less to hit this slant route right here, because if this guy bites a little bit, this is going to typically be wide open unless he's running some type of a cover 2. So if it's a cover 2 coverage or a cover 3 cloud, that would be the only situation where there's a defender out there. You could see I get leverage against them and hit it for an easy touchdown. So guys, I want to show you, this is basically how I break down my videos and how I attack my opponent online. It's really about leverage, causing conflict with defenders, creating spacing and stealing yards when you get it, and that's what's going to make you successful with it, and also having balance with the run. So thanks for your support, guys. Until next time.